Welcome everyone to another Results Now webinar. This is Jeff Herring, your host, and we're broadcasting live from our virtual studios several miles north of Atlanta, Georgia, in the foothills of the North Georgia mountains. Now, our topic today is Content Conversion Live, secrets to converting your content into prospects and profits. In some of the emails I sent out, I said, don't create another word of content until you attend this webinar. Good for you that you're here, because there's something I'm going to show you, and you're going to create your own in this webinar that can turn all of your content into conversion machines that dump cash into your system. I'm going to show you some stuff that's really powerful, and it comes from having friends and being in masterminds, because what happens when you've done this for a while, you get so close to things and you do so many things just naturally that you don't even realize they're powerful. Well, a good friend of mine, David Perdue, has been pushing me about this conversion stuff. And, you know, he's been pushing me for a couple years, and then he said something a certain way the other day, and I went, wow, give me 2 or 3 years, I can figure anything out. And so that's what we're delivering in the webinar today, and then delivering big time, excuse me, in the course that you're going to have a chance to enter. And the last chance to get into the best possible investment is on this webinar. Some people did it right before, so congratulations to you guys. I'll be mentioning your names at the end. And so let's get going here. There's everything that you're going to learn. We'll break that down again in a minute. So now a couple of announcements before we get going. Thursday at 2 o'clock. I didn't write that down, did I? Thursday at 2 o'clock. Thursday, September 18th at 2 p.m. Eastern. I have Daniel Hall, my good friend, and John, Pinterest expert, in. And the topic is drive 122,547 targeted visitors to your Kindle books or any other website for free using Pinterest. Yes, I said Pinterest. Okay? I ignored that one for a long time until I started hearing about the massive amount of traffic it was driving for internet entrepreneurs. So now I'm there, and it's driving a lot of traffic. And part of that is I attended this webinar and invested in the resource. So that's why I'm bringing them in front of you guys. Announcement number 2 is NAMS 13 in Atlanta. Why in the world, Jeff, are you advertising, promoting, talking about something that isn't happening till March? Here's why. A couple of reasons. One, this is just the coolest place to be in terms of learning, in terms of connecting, in terms of family. And we've got already 400 plus people signed up, and it's going to cut off at 5. So there is the link, very low investment right now, namswithjeff.com. Everybody that comes in through me, we do a special mastermind while we're there. I'm there the whole time. We'll connect, we'll hang out, and we'll be there. So those are our announcements going forward. And there's Donald seconding that. All right, Benicia's going to be there. My first NAMS ever. Can't wait to meet you. All right. Well, Kat, you know, we'll work that out. All right. So how many of y'all are joining us for the first time ever on a Results Now webinar? Because I'm going to go through a little bit about why listen to me. Don't worry. Not going to be like all those other half-hour things. Look at how great I am, and you could be too. No. Just a couple of minutes about, you know, credibility here. All right. So I used to be a marriage and family therapist, believe it or not, in private practice in Tallahassee, Florida. Built a thriving practice in a town glutted with therapists, and this is part of what helped me build that thriving practice. As I started writing a column, a relationship column for the local newspaper, and boom, practice took off. That was hilarious because I never finished my PhD in marriage and family therapy at Florida State because my professors told me I couldn't write. I believed them. Now the reason this is here is it's instructive for you, because what I learned by doing this is a very, very powerful business principle. Same thing applies online for you guys. When you can demonstrate on a regular basis how you approach people's problems and how you solve people's problems, you pretty much got it made, because it changes the dynamic from you pursuing clients, customers, patients, whatever you want to call them, students, what I like to call everybody, to them pursuing you. Because people could find my approach to their problems and how I solved them in the paper once a week, boom, practice blew up. I never had to market again, although I did, because you always want to dig the well before you're thirsty. The same principle applies online. When you get your stuff out there in the way I teach it, people are going to chase you. Speaking of NAMs, here I am speaking at one of the conferences here that I can't wait to meet you at. Here's my big four: Dan Kennedy, Lisa Sasevich, Alex Mondozzi, and Tom Antigon, all of whom either I've done content marketing for behind the scenes and or they use my stuff with themselves and their students. Now, you don't got to just take my word for it. Entrepreneur Magazine Online talking about why content marketing and all that goes with it is the #1 marketing tool for today's entrepreneur. So, why do we do this stuff? My mission is basically this. I want to help online entrepreneurs go further, faster. Why? Well, you know, here's what I get to get up and do every morning, is help people get their message out to the world. Okay, so I'm getting my message out, which helps other people get their message out to the world that makes a difference in the lives of the people they work with. So it's pretty fun to help entrepreneurs go further, faster. Now, the big picture of content marketing, so you'll know where we are on the big map as we get drilling down very, very much deeper today. Content creation is the first step, creating content that makes a difference in the world and allows you to do these really cool things. Create online visibility, which is mean getting found online. Drive traffic to your websites, etc. Build a thriving list community that when you take great care of them, they're going to take great care of you. And product creation, taking your content and turning it into resources and training and products that your community loves and invests in. So, if you're wondering, folks, if this is for you, if you're a beginner, it is for you, because you're going to learn to do this right in the beginning, and you can not have to get hung up by the usual mistakes people make. And a lot of you I know have been doing this for a while, and you're not yet making the income you know you could. Listen, here's something I believe with all my heart. No one ever fails online. It's just that some people give up before the magic happens. I want to get you to that magic as quick as we can so you can go further, faster. And if you're an expert looking for a powerful edge, I applaud you. I'm always going to webinars, workshops, because I always want to get better and better. And if you're here doing that, then I applaud you. Good for you. Folks, if you ever hear someone tell you that they know everything if they know everything there is to know about a specific niche, follow what I call my RLH prescription, which is run like hell. Okay? You can't know everything about a certain area. You always want to keep getting better and better and better and better. So here is what you're about to discover on this Results Now webinar. I'm going to give you a little bit of webinar wisdom, and then the content conversion mindset, the 3 big content conversion blunders and what to do instead, the power of content conversion, the power of creating your conversion magnets. And then we're going to do that in our Results Now mini workshop, creating your profitable conversion magnets. And as promised in the email, you're going to do one in text, and I'm going to show you how to do one in video. Okay? So double bang for your buck today. And then I'm going to show you a content conversion genius strategy. I'm telling you, when you master this, you can pretty much write your own ticket online, which is pretty cool. And of course, I want to walk you through your next success steps so you can see how to run with this and profit. And also, like all my events, so much more. And also, like all my events, guess what? This one has a sponsor. Sponsor #1, Content Conversion Secrets, your path to prospects and profits. Please give Tracy a hand there for creating that wonderful graphic there. You'll see some more coming up in a minute. That means that there's going to be an offer at the end of this show. Now, I do not want you to invest in that offer unless and until I've delivered on all the promises I just made. Angie and Kat are clapping in the Q&A. That's pretty cool, guys. If I deliver on all my promises, then I want you to not only seriously consider coming on board, I want you to come on board, because this is going to dump a lot of cash into your system when you do this right. Now, Like all our events recently, this has a second sponsor, Outnumber Hunger, an organization that helps feed local families. A percentage of everything I bring in from my webinars goes to this organization because I've been really blessed. I want to give back. It's insane to me that everybody on this planet could be fed 5 times over, and they're not. So I want to help out in whatever way we can. So a little bit of webinar wisdom from Duke the dog, who is laying on the hearth of the fireplace right now, who says content creation plus content conversion equals a flood of prospects and profits. You guys are going to see behind the scenes what makes my business work so well and what makes every piece of content I create really a mini sales letter for me without it looking like one. Whoops, going the wrong direction here. All right, so content conversion magnet mindset. Now, I want to make a distinction here from the get-go. This is not a call to action. Why am I changing that? Well, because a call to action kind of feels like this, a salesy thing where you're kind of trying to pull somebody uphill to do something they don't want to do. Right? Now, here's the thing. Call to action has been used ad nauseum, focus on the nausea part, in marketing forever. It's worn as a worn out phrase, and people don't hear it. Plus, those of you that know me well know I don't like to do things like everybody else does. Oftentimes I'll rename things to capture what they do. So the mindset I want you to have is it's not a call to action. It is a conversion magnet, what you're going to be learning about today and what you're going to be creating today. Now, write this down. Conversion magnet is invitational language that compels your prospect to take the next success steps they already want to take. I want you to let that one sink in. This is not manipulation. This is not getting somebody to do something they want to do. This is just using language that gets people to do what they already want to do, but it gets them moving forward. It gets them taking their next success steps. So the conversion magnets we're going to focus on this webinar, and then you're going to focus on much deeper in the course, is simply invitational language that compels your prospect to take the next success steps they already want to take. You like that definition? That sounds like something you guys can get behind and get into doing? Give me a yay or nay in the Q&A. What do we got here? Kat loves it. All right, thank you, Kat. Absolutely, Barb. Kim says yes. Michelle, yes. Like it, says Ron. Awesome, guys. Well, that's what we're working with here. So, now, conversion magnet blunders. The first one is, I call it from your heels. And it comes from the notion of most people selling from their heels on stage. And what that means is, it looks like people are just scared to sell. Selling from your heels means you're backing up, you're really not into it. Big mistake to make when you're creating conversion magnets as well and asking people to take their next success steps. If you act like you're tentative, if you act like you shouldn't be doing it, if you act like you're grossly uncomfortable with it, people pick that up. Okay? Here is what I want you to do instead, and this is some mindset too. You have something valuable for their next success steps, whether it's a giveaway that you're asking people to get in order to join your community, or it's the next success step in a resource that you're asking them to invest in. You're not doing this because you ain't got anything better to do. You're doing this because you believe in the message you're getting out there, right? Right? Okay? And so you've got something valuable for their next success steps. Donald, you just cracked me up. I smell a good article coming out of this. Yeah, always, Donald. So you've got something valuable to offer people. You've got something that can take them to the next level, to the next success steps. To not, listen to this, okay? Write this one down too. To not offer them that next success step does them a disservice. To not offer that does them a disservice. Don't do them a disservice. Do them a service by offering what's next with that attitude. Now, a lot of people in the Q&A are asking for this. So, last chance here. Invitational language that compels your prospect to take the next success steps they already want to take. And it'll come up again. Don't worry about it. Blunder number 2. What you're offering is not directly related to the content just consumed, whether it's in text, audio, video, social media, infographics, speaking, whatever. You're going to offer something that is not directly connected and doesn't just flow naturally out of the content they just consumed. Now, people do that, and it's crazy. I mean, it sounds dumb, but people do that. I've heard them. What you want to do instead is, see what happens when you create content the way I show you how, and then when you create these conversion magnets inviting people to take the next success step, by the time they get to the conversion magnet, they're thinking, wow, this is good stuff. I want more from this person. Okay? And so you want it to be the next natural success step that they take because it just makes good sense to do it. And the third blunder is whatever you're offering them in that conversion magnet is not a sample of one of your next step resources. Folks, come on, think about this. If you want them to invest with you, give them a sample. Baskin-Robbins calls it a pink spoon. You go to the mall or the grocery store now, and they're giving you samples of stuff, right? The grocery store is a great example of it. You walk into the grocery store. If I ever end up homeless, this is my plan. I'm just going to go and hang around grocery stores because you can walk in and they'll feed you pretty good stuff too. Like everything they feed you is a sample of what's in the store. Okay, you want to give away a sample of what's in your store. Okay, so you want it to be a sample of the next step resource. That just makes sense because once they've got a sample, then they're going to be much more interested in getting the rest. Okay, Lee calls it the Costco smorgasbord. Yeah, there you go, Lee. This webinar is a sample, right? Totally transparent here. This is a sample of the content conversion secrets course. Okay, I'm offering you a sample to show you what's possible, and then inviting you to take your next success steps and really run with this and profit. All right, so now this is what I said in the beginning. Master what I'm about to show you, and you can pretty much write your own ticket online. Okay, because whenever I want more of all these good and wholesome things that come from the internet, more visibility, more traffic, more people in my community, more folks joining my webinars and events, more opportunities, more relationships, and more profit there in green, I create more content with a conversion magnet. It's simple, it's methodical, it's effective, and I'm ridiculously, relentlessly consistent with it. Okay? I want you to think about that, because I want you to have what I'm about to talk about. Okay? Because I really want you to consider this and kind of get it all over you. When you do this, okay, I'll put it in terms of me, and then I'm going to apply it to you. Okay? One of the things I think about every now and then when I get up in the morning is I get up and I think, you know what? This is why when people ask me, how you doing? I say it's another day in paradise. And this is one of the reasons, because I have the ability, because I've done everything I'm showing you, and I eat my own cooking, and I do this with great consistency. I've got the ability to get up in the morning, create an email, send it out, and make money that day. Dramatic pause for effect. Okay? I want you to have that ability. That's what this language is about, of a conversion magnet. So you can get up in the morning and go, okay, cool. I'm going to go offer this to this group. Good stuff for their next success steps. It'll help them, and I'll make some money from it. Okay? To put it in, music terms, it's like John Lennon saying, I'm going to ride a swimming pool today. Okay? You can have that ability, folks. It's still out there. Email marketing is not dead. It's just you got to do it right. So many people do it wrong. Maybe we'll do a webinar and a course on that someday. Because apparently my emails are pretty good. Some people tell me. All right, so master this, folks. And you can pretty much write your own ticket online, which I want you to be able to do for two reasons. One, it makes a difference in your own life. Two, it makes a difference in the lives of those you work with. And three, I'm going to get a bonus reason. It sure makes me look good when y'all do well. Okay, that's the selfishly benevolent part of it, right? All right, so let's dive into our Results Now mini workshop. Okay, where you're going to create your powerful conversion magnets. Now, some of you saw this the last time we did a show like this. If that's true of you, cool. I'm glad you're back. Just play harder. Just get more into it. There's nothing wrong with repetition. As a matter of fact, it's the mother of mastery and the father of mastery. Okay, these questions, these 5 questions, are not questions you or I are asking. They are questions that our prospects are asking when we are offering them something, whether it's a freebie to join a list or a resource for them to invest in for their next success steps. The first one is, what is this? Now, you've got to remember that there's folks coming online that don't know what click here means. They don't know all about that. They're learning, okay? You got to look at this. It's very, very important to be able to look at this with a beginner's mind. And that's what I do in all the stuff I create. Is like, okay, can this make sense? I have my kids come in and read it and ask them if it makes sense. Now that they're getting older, 20 and 12, they're old enough to figure it out. But I always run it by somebody that is younger and doesn't understand all this stuff, so it makes sense. Okay, you got to answer the question and be real clear about what is this that I'm offering. Question number 2: what's in it for me? Again, that's not you asking that. That's your prospect asking that question. They may not be saying it out loud or even out loud in their head, but at some level they're wondering, why should I do this? What's in it for me? Remember, everybody listens to radio station WII-FM. What's in it for me? So you got to be clear on the benefits and clear on the transformation, what they're going to get out of that. You'll see examples of that in just a few moments. Number 3, do I trust that person? Now, this is not where you say, you can trust me because I am a member of the Better Business Bureau. No, okay? That's trust you earn way before you're asking for the next success step. Through what you do, through what you deliver, through how you handle yourself and how you approach folks. Let me give you an example of something that I know you don't trust, and I sure don't. You'll see this on Facebook every now and then. Somebody will post, earn $22,000 in a week using this simple method. How many of y'all read that on Facebook and trust it? I don't expect anybody to say yes, and nobody is. Good. You shouldn't. Okay? Angie said, not me. Good for you, Angie. Because that's probably somebody that's bought some system. They've not made any money with it, but they're copying and pasting some message from inside the system. All right? Now, many of you tell me that I'm one of the few emails you open because you trust me. I've earned that because I do this regularly. I take care of you guys, and I don't hype you. Okay? So when you're just delivering good stuff and taking care of people, you're going to earn that trust. Question number 4, does this make sense? That's where the stuff in the blunders comes in. Is this the next natural success step based on what I've done so far? Does it make sense for me to get this freebie? Does it make sense for me to invest in this resource? And then number 5, probably the most important, what do I do next? Again, you got to come at it with a beginner's mind, folks, and pretend like you're taking your prospect by the hand and walking them through your next success steps. You're taking the prospect by the hand and simply walking them through the next success steps. So, simply stated, they're asking these 5 questions, which are really objections. When you take care of these on the front end, You've answered objections before they're even raised. What is this? What's in it for me? Do I trust this person? Do I feel good about doing this? Can I trust this person with my email address? Can I trust this person with my money? Number 4, does this make sense? Does this make sense to take this next natural success step? And number 5, what do I do next? You're taking them by the hand as a guide and walking them through that. We're going to use these 5 questions as a template as you create your content conversion magnets now. All right, so we just talked about trust and integrity. Now I'm going to teach you how to tell a fib. Okay, how about that? FIB. Fortunately, it's not a lie. It stands for this: flow, invite, brand. You want your invitation, your conversion magnet, to simply flow out of the content they've just consumed, to easily flow out without anything stopping it up. So we're going to break each one of these down now. You want it to flow seamlessly out of your content, without a bump, without a wrinkle. You want people thinking, wow, I was investing with you before I even realized you were selling something. That's a good sign. Invite, invitational language. The opposite is, do this by tonight because it might be taken down and I don't know when, and a lot of people don't want me to have this up and I'll get in trouble, and we only have 3. Okay, that's a bit of an exaggeration, but not a whole lot. So here's one of the ways you use invitational language. And we're going to use this, again, as a checklist as we go through. Here's what I've got for you. Here's what it will do for you. Here's what you want to do next. Now, you'll see those again as we put some hands and feet on this, so don't worry about having to write every little thing down. And then B of the FIB, F-I-B, brand. That's when you're linking you to the good stuff. You want to remind them where they're getting this good stuff from. And that helps them and helps you. So now, here is a conversion magnet from a piece of content online. Now, if you've seen this one before, don't play on this one. Okay? Now, there is a place where the conversion magnet clearly starts in the text you see on screen. Now, I'm doing it from the title on through, getting people ready for this, but there's a specific place this starts in this content where it goes from the real body of the article to the actual conversion magnet. You guys got to guess where that happens? Just guess away in the Q&A. Where do you think that starts? Some people are saying up at, here's my challenge to you. That's setting it up. I think you're going to like. Yeah, that it really is setting it up there, Dean, but it's not quite there. Eric, get started here. Yep, that's where it starts. Okay. Now look how I've set that up. And see, there's the vision right there. I'll put in there for you because I'm setting it up by I've already got a subheading, right? So another subheading sets it up. You can do this in text. You can do this verbally. You can do this in video. It's setting up what's next. Okay. Now, to show you what we're doing, here's how it flows right out of this body. Get started here. I want to help you get started, blah, blah, blah. It flows right out of the content. Now, this is an example from Ezine Articles, the #1 content directory. Still drives a ton of traffic. And, you know, when I realized that when you do this right, your conversion magnet is the next paragraph or the next slide or the next statement in a piece of content, I could take you to the place, home I built in Tallahassee, Florida, where I was cutting the grass, when I was thinking about all this stuff, and it hit me that this was the next natural line in a piece of content. And because of that, and because of doing it first and then teaching it, but mostly because of doing it, I don't ever have to cut my lawn again. I got somebody to do that. And I really like that. Somebody else is doing that, okay? So there's an example of where it flows. Here's an example of the invitation. It does start up here, okay? I'm mixing both there, But here's more invitational language, inviting them to look over my shoulder, go grab yours by visiting here. Again, invitational language. And then boom, brand. Brought to you by Jeff Herring, dedicated to helping you unleash and cash in on your content. Jim, this is called a resource box on Easy Articles. I hate that name because it makes people sound like they got to start talking all about themselves, which is death to conversion. That's one reason why I changed the name to a conversion magnet. The beauty of this is you can use it in a lot of places. Inside the course, I show you a really cool way to do that. Some of you already have consumed that. So there's the flow, invite, and brand. Now, this is done a particular way on purpose, okay? Brought to you by is something we're all very, very used to, right, from TV, from commercials. Brought to you by Jeff Herring. And instead of saying the king of content creation or whatever title people give me, I'm talking still about what's in it for them, dedicating to helping you unleash and cash in on your content. It's all about them. So, you guys ready to do some of this for yourself? Create some of your own? Give me a yay or nay in the Q&A. Ready to roll here, folks? All right. Yes, yes, yes. Go for it. Cool. Awesome. Here we go. All right. Now, what I'm going to do is give you 3 separate segments of time in which you're going to create some flow, the invitation, and the branding. I'm going to give you examples so you'll be just fine, okay? And then we'll celebrate it as you offer it up in the Q&A here, and we'll see if we can improve it. So you're going to think about any piece of content you've ever done, or think about an offer you have, either for somebody to opt in or somebody to buy something from you, okay? And we're going to create some flow, we're going to create the invitation, and we're going to create the branding. First, we're going to do the flow, all right? Now, I want to make this easy for you because everything should be made as simple as possible, but no simpler, says my buddy Al Einstein, all right? And that's why I create templates. This is a template right here. This is a conversion magnet template. So you can copy almost this word for word, okay? I want to help you get started, whatever it is you're going to help them do. With your free instant access, 4 important words to my whatever it is you're giving them and the link, okay? So you're going to get 60 to 90 seconds here in just a moment. Think about something you're offering people. Use that template right there, and let's create the flow. And then as you get it done, offer it up here in the Q&A. Ready, set, go. Jim's asking, would this work for a crowdfunding video? Yeah. Anytime, Jim, you're asking them to take the next success steps, this works. Great question. So all we're doing here is creating a flow, moving them from the content into the conversion. You're not going to be graded. You're just going to be celebrated and improved upon if we can. I wonder who's going to be first to give us an example here in the Q&A. About 30 seconds left, kids. Way to go, Michelle. And Benicia, way to go. You guys are following the formula, as is Kat and Lee. Good job, guys. For sake of time, I'll start playing with them now. Michelle, get started here. I want to help you start enjoying your sex life with free instant access to our Great Christian Sex ebook. I like that. Well done. You'll probably get a few people that joking about, I want to help you start enjoying your sex life, but that's okay. Benicia, get started here. I want to help you get started living a life of greater passion, purpose, and power, and prosperity, alliteration, by connecting you with free instant access to my breakthrough to unstoppable success. Nice. Cat, I want to help you break down what's stopping you so you can take your next big step toward rocking your unique path to success. What Kat did there, I want to lift out for you folks so that you can. When you can work those in there, you're showing people what they can accomplish. Lee, I want to help you build your professional development portfolio. That would be a good so that you can. Dean, your next success step. I want to help you start generating more profits by connecting you to my profits white paper. Nicely done. Okay. Oh, Donald, should I read that? Nah, not going to do it. All right, so good job. It's very hard for me not to read that, Donald, but I'm not going to read that. It's pretty funny. But this is a family show. So anyway, there's your flow. Good job, guys. So you created part one of this three-part. Now let's focus on the invitation. Now you're telling them what they'll get, providing the link again. Okay. So give them a benefit. You'll get what? What are they going to get? What are they going to be able to do with what they're going to get from you? Whether it's opting in for something or whether it's purchasing something. Here is Susan's. I want to help you get started thinking about how to respond to an uncertain future. I like that. Angie, you're perfect to come on board because we can get you started right. Awesome. Thank you for sharing that with me. All right, so 60 to 90 seconds to create the invite. Here's the template. Fill in your own stuff for right there. Okay? Go, 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 go. I used to play creation music, content creation music. Mellow stuff developed for me by my buddy Mike Stewart, but people would come into the webinar late and think they missed everything. So now we just coach and chat. Keep it up, folks. You're creating something very, very powerful here. Way to go, Jim. 60 seconds left, kids. Jim's working on an update there. There you go. Way to go, Jim. About 30 seconds left, kids. Way to go, Dean, Benicia, thank you. And Kat. And Michelle and Lee. All right, let's see here. Jim, you'll get the building blocks to start a conversation anytime, anywhere, and make it seem like you've known you their whole life, entire life. Well done, Jim. Good language. Good language. That makes you want to know what you're talking about. Dean, you'll receive the 5 steps that map out how you can generate profits in your business. Nice. Benicia, you'll get the powerful audio training complete with your very own personal prosperity plan template. Nice. Michelle, you'll get the information you need to help you master your intimacy. Oh, I love the language, Michelle, but there's places people could really tease you. But that's fine. You're engaging them there. Lee, for the month of October, you can watch our free monthly webinar. Cool. Kat, you'll get the 5 tools my clients have found essential in helping them get unstuck. Good. Jim, you'll get the complete formula and instructions along with look over my shoulder video that shows you how to control anxiety. That look over my shoulder video is a really good idea, Jim. Ron, you'll get the information you need to get started controlling your blood pressure naturally. Yay, I like that. Good job. All right, so you've done the flow. You've done the invite. Now you get to talk about yourself. Pretty cool, but first we got to read Susan's. The Surviving a Household website shows you how to assess risk and prepare an emergency plan that will make it much easier to survive a household emergency. I like that. Right where we live. Cool. All right, so you get talk about yourself here in the next 60 to 90 seconds as soon as I say go, because you're creating the brand part. Flow, invite, brand. Telling a big fib here. Flow, invite, brand. You can follow the same template and complete this package. Ready, set, go. Boom. Dean nails it before I've even finished sending you off. So does Benicia. I love my students. There's Kat. Oh, note to self, don't drink cranberry juice. It's sat here since this morning. All right, here's Dean's, brought to you by Dean Renfro. Passionate about generating profits for you. Sorry, the screen's scrolling a lot because everybody's putting their stuff in. Benicia, brought to you by Benicia Ponder, dedicated to helping you go from stuck to unstoppable. Nicely done. Lee, brought to you by the Center for Training, an online community of practice specializing in deaf, blindness, and low vision. Way to go, Lee. Brought to you by Kat Sturts, dedicated to helping you rock your unique path to success. Let's see, brought to you by Donald Spanich, dedicated to your online success. Brought to you by Ron, dedicated to helping you get control of your blood pressure and your future. Nicely that you tied those things together. Brought to you by Jim Kelly, dedicated to helping you find how you can control the anxiety experience and feel better more often every day. Nice. Brought to you by Peter, the air doctor, the indoor air quality expert. I like that. What are they going to get? What's the benefit though? Dedicated to providing you what, Peter? Dorothy, there you go. Brought to you by Dorothy Tannehill Moran, introvert whisperer, expert career advice for ambitious introverts. That's nice and compelling. Brought to you by Reverend M, that's Michelle, dedicated to helping you connect intimately, whether you are in the bedroom, boardroom, or backyard. Michelle, you're doing so good with this. I really like what you come up with. Well done. Well done. All right, so good job. Look what you guys have done. Flow, invite, brand. You created a conversion magnet. And here is Susan's, brought to you by Susan from Lily's Online Place, developing kingdom solutions to help those in mental distress. I like that. All right, so now I want to show you in this same example those three parts of an invitational language conversion magnet. Here's what I've got for you. Remember those three? Here's what I've got for you. Here's what it'll do for you. Here's what you want to do next. Okay? So here's what I've got for you. You're going to get 3 mistakes content creation template. You're going to be able to start creating content on a regular basis. Okay? So that's being very clear about what is this. Here's what I've got for you. Here's what it will do for you. You'll get the template, got formulas and instructions, look over my shoulder video, shows you how to do it. I've also peppered some of that up here. Start creating content on a regular basis, and then boom. Here's what you want to do next. Notice I've got that in 2 places. Now, here's what I've got for you. Here's what it will do for you. Here's what I want you to do next, especially the first 2. Here's what I've got for you, and here's what it'll do for you. You don't necessarily have to do that in perfect chronological order. You'll see all of it peppered throughout here. So it's okay if you mix it up a little bit. Now, here's something really cool. Remember I promised you that I would show you how to do one of these in text, and I would show you how to do one of these in video. Anybody remember that? If you remember that, tell me yes in the Q&A. Do you remember that promise I made to you? Kat remembers it. So there's Lee and a whole bunch of other people. Guess what? Now, there's a secret, so come close to the speaker. Okay? You don't know this, but you've already done it in video. Huh? How's that, Jeff? Watch this. There's slide number 1 right there. There's slide number 2 right there. And there's slide number 3 right there for your video. These would be the last 3 slides. These would be the last 3 slides in a video, okay? Where you're moving from whatever you've taught them in the video, Cat's going, awesome, yeah, it is, to doing the conversion magnet right in video. So, or you could do this in a webinar, okay? Or a PowerPoint presentation in public, okay? Look, this would be 1 slide. Get started here. Or you could even make this 3 slides if you wanted to. But boom, you could put this all in 1 slide. The invite is a slide. And then who it's brought to them by is a slide. Okay? So that's one of the principles I always weave in with all the stuff I do, is do one thing and you can use it in a lot of places. Okay? So you didn't know it, but you were creating it in video here too. Now, this is just a slice of what's available in the Content Conversion Secrets course, and we'll get to that in a minute. All right? So, but what I wanted to show you is how easy it is to take written content and make it a video slide. And you could do this in Camtasia. You can do it. Many of you have Article Video Robot. Many of you have Video Maker FX. Any one of those you could do this in very easily. You could put this on a PowerPoint and video it. Pretty powerful stuff. All right, so now I want to show you, just as a little bonus gift here, how this shows up in a very short sales letter. And I love short sales letters, especially following a webinar like this. Michelle's asking a great question. If I create a video with intimacy tips, would it be misunderstood if I used your words, look over my shoulder, regarding sex and intimacy? I don't know that it would be misunderstood, Kat, as much as it would create humor. So the best thing to do is test and see the reaction that you get from people. All right, so this is a mini sales letter that people are directed to after they've read something about my content creation templates, or they've been to a webinar like I'm doing tonight. Somebody else is hosting me for the content creation templates. All right, now, look, here's what we've got for you right there. Here's what we've got for you, and I just bullet the benefits. Here's what Profitable Content Creation Templates 5.0 will do for you. Here's what this will do for you. It's giving you more of the transformation coming out of the benefits, the so that you can part, and boom, what to do next. So I wanted to show you where this invitational language is used even on a sales page, because that's what I mean when I say, well, you master this stuff, folks. You can pretty much write your own ticket online. So here comes the big question before we can go on. Have I delivered on all my promises made to you at the beginning of this show? Yes or no? Big yes from Michelle, Kat, yes. Andrew, yes. Yes, 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 sir. Yeppers and yes, sir. I like, sure, yes. Awesome. Like all those yeses, guys. Now, what am I going to do? Thank you, Jim. Kat says, feel like we're going steady. Aw, how sweet. All right. I'm going to walk you through your next success steps into the offer. If it's okay with you guys, I'm going to stay consistent with my style and continue to teach you good stuff while I show you your next success steps. Okay? Now, here is an overview of the entire course. And I want you to notice this really cool header created by Tracy. She can blush and smile some more. You're going to get my famous Get Started Here module, 15 plus content conversion magnet templates. Going to be a lot more plus than 15. You're going to get a module about conversion magnets in text, conversion magnets in audio, another module, conversion magnets in video, another module, a whole module about conversion magnets in social media, in infographics. The first bonus is how to do this when you're speaking. Then bonus number 2 is a content conversion consult, you and me on the phone, looking at your conversion magnets and making them better. Bonus number 3, everything I've ever written or done videos on about content conversion magnets. Bonus number 4, a private content conversion Facebook group where you'll get support and more. All right, so that's an overview. We're going to go through each one of these here in a minute. Okay, now, one of the masterminds I'm in, when I've talked about this, they tell me I should sell this for $9.97. Okay, well, you know what I say? Forget about it. I wish we were in person so you could yell this as loud as you could. Forget about it so everybody in the hotel could hear you. Feel free to yell it in the Q&A. It's just a lot to spell. Okay, we're not going to do it at that investment. Okay, now $4.97 is where this will eventually land after the course is created, that you'll get a backstage pass to, and it'll eventually move up to this because it's probably the best thing I've ever created. However, just like you can say forget about it to $9.97, you can say forget about it to $4.97 too. Now, most of my entry-level courses, which this will be one of, go for $197. After this webinar, this will go for $197. Okay? After this webinar, I want to honor all the people that are here, so we're going to forget about that one too. You're going to get all this stuff. My famous Get Started Here module, so you'll know exactly what to do first and what to do next. All the conversion templates, all the bonuses, all of this on this webinar only for $97 at that link right there, contentconversionsecrets.com. I'm going to send you that in the chat box, so you don't even have to type that into your browser. All you got to do is click on that link, and I would appreciate it if a few of you would go over there and click on that link to make sure it's working. Now, going forward, here's your conversion magnet genius tip. You've seen this before today. I'm showing it to you again and using it as your genius tip because that's how huge and that's how powerful this is. Like I said, master this in this course, and you can pretty much write your own ticket online. Because whenever I want more, all these wonderful, good, wholesome things, thank you, Lori, for letting me know that link's working. Beautiful. Whenever I want more of them, like visibility, traffic, list members, opportunities, relationships, and more profit, I do one simple, methodical, and effective thing over and over and over again with ridiculously relentless consistency. And that thing is this. I create more content with a conversion magnet, which is what the course is all about. Let's see here. Kat's saying she's delighted with the course, and she's only consumed the Get Started Here module because that's all that's up so far. Is this the same like your other programs? No, Tao, it's completely different. Dean will take care of you. Barb, you are a mentee, so you are already in this course. All the mentees get this stuff. You're welcome, Tao. And so you already should have got an email about that, Barb, but we'll fix it up. Yeah, that's right, Donald. Kat says it's a great compliment to the other courses. Thanks, Kat. That's how it was designed. All right, so there's where you want to go, folks, contentconversionsecrets.com. Now, many of you have the profitable content creation templates. This is completely different than that. Okay? The templates show you how to create content. The conversion secrets show you the language to use once your content has been delivered to get people to take their next success steps. That's why Kat's saying it's the perfect complement to the other courses. It's like a 1-2 punch. Now, let's break this down. Before we do that, I gotta celebrate all these people that are already in saying this good stuff. Okay, so you're getting all this stuff you see here that we're going to break down in a minute. The people that are already in there. These are two very well populated conversion magnets. Consistent action was taken there. Let's do this. That's Donald, who said that in the members area. Okay, remember that whole thing about consistent action? Here's Donna. Jeff, your conversion magnets flow so effortlessly, so it seems. Folks, Arthur C. Clarke, science fiction writer, said, any sufficiently developed technology is indistinguishable from magic. And when you get good at these conversion magnets, it is magical. It looks effortless. I hope I can learn to get better with mine. Thanks, Donna. You're going to get really good at this. Here's Kat. What I liked best checking those was how easy it is to see the organized consistency with which you focus on your 5-topic keyword strategies. I can do this. That's what I want people to get, and that you can do this. And here's my buddy David Perdue, founder of NAMS. Don't create another word of content until you learn Jeff Herring's content conversion secrets. Thanks, David. Michelle, where can I find out more about your mentorship program? Michelle, send me an email to jeffherringtraining@gmail.com. Jeff Herring Training, Training, jeffherringtraining@gmail.com, Michelle, and we will find a time to chat. And I think you'd be excellent, actually. All right, so breaking this down, my famous Get Started Here module. I want to talk with you in more depth about why we talk about conversion magnets instead of call to action. That's important for you to know and implement going forward. You'll do your first assignment like many people are sharing about here. There's a video there that's motivational that I watch this several times a month just to keep me going. Welcome aboard to Leslie Garrett. Can't wait to talk with you. Those of you that are coming on board, Leslie and everybody else, would love to know here in the Q&A what made you come on board and what you're hoping to do with all this stuff. And then this webinar, or the other one, one of those two, will be in that Get Started Here, so you can see what got you into this and what you were looking to do. Okay, so the next module, 15+ content conversion magnet templates. You're going to get them in text, in audio, in video, in social media, and in infographics. You will never have to guess about what to say to get people to take the next success steps. That is cool. Boy, I wish I had this when I first started, but I had to make it all up. You don't have to. So in the conversion magnets in text, there's the bottom line conversion magnet, the bonus tip, the almost forgot, and a whole lot more. They're named, so you'll know which ones to use. In audio, you're going to get how to do it on radio, podcasting, teleseminars, and more. In video, I'm going to show you the 3-slide technique that you got a preview of today, how to do this on YouTube and all the other places you put your video, how to do it on webinars, and of course more. Social media, there are nuances for each one: Facebook, YouTube, LinkedIn, even Twitter. Yes, you can do a content creation magnet in 140 characters or less. Lee, awesome, good. That we will do that. Awesome. All right, infographics. Now, those are those little graphics that are taken over the internet along with video. I'm going to show you how to do it from your phone. Michelle, you'll like this, from your bed. Sometimes I create them before I even get up. And what graphics convert? There are some graphics that just convert a whole lot better than others. Okay, and of course a whole lot more. Now, the first bonus is I'm going to show you how to create these conversion magnets when you're speaking. So you'll do seamless selling from the stage, how to use the power of intermission to get people to buy early, how to sell at the back of the room with these conversion magnets. Bonus number 2, you're going to get a content conversion consult, you and me on the phone, one-on-one. You get to access all my years of experience doing this, and I'm going to walk you through your next success steps with how to make what you're doing even better. And way, way more. The link, Cindy, is contentconversionsecrets.com. Contentconversionsecrets.com. And we're going to show you that in just a minute, Cindy. Bonus number 3, my content conversion vault. Conversion magnet articles, conversion magnet videos, and more. And bonus number 4, just put it together today, the private content conversion Facebook group. You're going to get the support of all the people in there and me and my staff. You're going to build community. You will find, many of you, joint ventures through doing this, and a whole lot more. So, Cindy, there's the link you're asking about. You're late, you're sorry you missed it. You have a note from home, Cindy? No, you haven't missed it. There it is. ContentConversionSecrets.com at 97 bucks on this webinar. When we send out the replays, it's going to be 197. Okay, now's the time, folks. And it's there in your chat box too, so you can click right on it, or you can just type it in to your browser. You're going to get my famous Get Started Here module. People have come to love this. It's in all my courses now because you get to know exactly what to do next and exactly where to get started. I know all of us have bought stuff where you had no idea where to get started and no idea what to do next, right? Okay. 15 plus content conversion magnet templates in all these different modalities: text, audio, video, social media. You'll never ever worry about what to say on social media or how to get people to do what you want them to do and what they want to do already. And then how to do it in speaking. I'm sorry, also in infographics. I forgot to mention that one. And really, the two powerful ones here are the video ones and the infographic ones, because so much of the internet, as I watch it, is going video and infographic now. And then, of course, how to do it when you're speaking. And then our private consult on the phone, my vault, and the Facebook group. Donald is saying, if you haven't jumped on board yet, do it now. This is a very valuable offer, people. Well, thank you, Donald. I appreciate that. All right, so you see everything you're going to get. That's why people are telling me I should sell it for $9.97. I'm not going to listen to them. Eventually, it's going to be at $4.97. You guys get a backstage pass as this thing is created. I bet you that's you, Cindy, at Speaker Media and Marketing, since you wrote your name as Cindy Speaker. Welcome aboard, Cindy, and Douglas, and Wally, and Catherine, I think that's right. Can't wait to talk with all of you. It's going to be so much fun. Now, there's the link, kids. ContentConversionSecrets.com. Kat saying, I've already created some new and tweaked other content that I've had with this stuff, Jeff, and that was tipping point prompting me to get into as you got into something as the founding faculty. Wonderful. Lee is in. I know Lee. Awesome. So, folks, this is where you want to go. You got a sample of this today, right? A small sample of this today. And there is George coming on board to get all the other pieces of it. Now, what about the rest of you guys? This is never going to be at a lower investment. This is the best investment possible, and it's going to get you to turn your content into conversion machines, dump cash into your system. Okay? Why wouldn't you come on board? And I will go out on a limb here and say, I'm going to say this in public and be bold, because everybody tells me this, is that I'm the best in the world at taking this little piece of your content and tweaking it so that people respond to you. They either join your community or they invest in your products and services, or both. Okay? So I spent the last 8 years putting this together. And I've got all the bumps and bruises and failures and wins and all that to show for it. So what I'm inviting you to do is benefit from all that. Okay? You get a backstage pass as we create this. Venetia already in, and she loves to Get Started Here module. Thank you. George only heard the last half of the presentation, but it sounds great. Thank you, George. I appreciate that. It is great. You guys are going to do great things with this. And you're in on the ground floor. You get to see it done. You get your questions answered specifically. And one of the things I do is, as we go through this, I'll be saying, okay, what do you need? What do you want me to cover? So you guys even get to craft some of this. It will never be any better than this. At ContentConversionSecrets.com, you get it all for $97. You'll spend more this weekend trying to escape from the fact that you got to go back to a job on Monday. Get your message out to the world, make enough difference in enough people's lives, you'll be able to do what you want. This is the path to doing it, folks, at ContentConversionSecrets.com. Here's a question about, when does the training start? Jeff, Well, as soon as you come on board, now there are a lot of people coming on board. So what we've got to do between now and before our head hits the pillow tonight is we'll get you in the members area, okay? Because of the volume of people that are coming on board, that may take a little while. So be patient. We will get you there before our head hits the pillow tonight. And you'll get started with the Get Started Here module. And then what will come during this week is we'll be adding text, conversion magnets, and all the other ones. There'll be webinars coming up where I walk you through and continue to train you, even at a deeper level than we've done today. So all that to say, the training starts right away with the Get Started Here module, and then we'll be adding it as we go. So trying to grab all your questions, kids. Got that one, got that one. Oh, thank you, Scott. You know what? I didn't put the guarantee in here, did I? Huh. How about that? Wonder why I didn't do that. I just forgot. Maybe there shouldn't be one. You know, because this is going to be so good, you're not going to want it. But just to make everybody feel safe, and so you'll know that the risk is entirely on me. You got a 30-day guarantee, unconditional guarantee, because I want happy customers. And if you're not going to be a happy customer, then we need to part ways. Okay. Now, the only time that would change, let's say we do that conversion magnet consult before the 30 days runs out. Well, guess what? As soon as we do that consult, the guarantee ends because I've given you my time, which is hugely valuable. So, hope that helps, Scott. Tao, how do I start your programs? Do I start with product creation or with content conversion secrets? I would start with this one. Tao, am I saying your name right? Please let me know and forgive me if I'm not. Simply because this is the stuff that will get people on your list, in your list community, and this is the stuff that will get people invested in the products once you create them. Okay, so let's get a sample at this level and at this low investment, and then get you doing the other stuff too. So welcome aboard as you come on board. Donald, I want to make a sign out of that and then put it on your website or give you a t-shirt. Donald says, Donald Spenitz, happy customer since 2006. Thank you, buddy. I remember that too. That's really cool. Thanks for making my day. All right, folks, we're going to head into the home stretch here. If you've noticed, I've been trying to keep these things to an hour because, if you can't get it done in an hour, come on. I don't like these things that run for hours and hours and hours. So Tao is in. You still don't, well, eventually we'll find out if I'm saying your name right, but welcome aboard. Can't wait to talk with you too. So we're going to start wrapping this up, and I want to say to you, thanks for hanging out with us for an hour. The two most valuable resources you have are time and money. You've invested your time on this webinar, and I am always, always honored by that. One of the reasons we start on time, because I want to honor you for being here. Now, what I'm inviting you to do is invest your next important resource, your income, your cash, your money, so you can go further faster. This is all about going further faster and making a bigger difference in the world. Okay? So if you're sitting on the fence, get your butt off the fence at $97. Come on, folks. You're on this webinar because you have a dream of making a difference in the world. It might be working from home. It might be doing something you've always wanted to do. Let's go for it. Okay? It's never going to be less of an investment than this. So what I want you to do is go get this stuff at contentconversionsecrets.com. That's contentconversionsecrets.com. Come on board. We will make sure everyone is hooked up before we hit our heads hit the pillow tonight. There's just a lot of people coming on board. I want to make sure everybody gets in. It's going to take a while. And so this is where you go get this stuff. And I want you to go use this stuff. Dive in and get really good at this. Get really good at this, and you can pretty much write your own ticket online. and let's celebrate and grin together. So go get this stuff at contentconversionsecrets.com. And as always, go use this stuff. Now, I got to tell you about some little extras here. I'll put this over here. I'm going to set it for 15 minutes. So I know people are still ordering. And again, this is the last chance to get it at that investment. Okay? And we're going to add a couple bonuses. Everybody that's already come on board are going to be grinning because you didn't even know about this. More time on the phone with me with that consult, enough to where you can divide it into two. Do some now, go do the stuff, you can come back and do it later. And talk some more later. And then, listen, I'm going to do something I've never done before. I'm going to include another bonus for everybody that's already in, but I'm not going to tell you what it is. I'm just going to tell you that I've never done this before. It's incredibly valuable, worth 10 times what you're investing, and it's pretty cool. That's for fast action takers that do this in the next 14 minutes and 7 seconds. So, as always, I'm inviting you to go get this stuff. There's the link, contentconversionsecrets.com. It's also in your chat box. And go use this stuff because it flat out works. And guess what? We'll catch you next time.